Jesus doing things and claiming things that only God can do. All authority and always present. At the end of Matthew's gospel, we see Jesus on a mountain in Galilee. He is speaking with his disciples as they wait to hear about what happens next after his resurrection. The crucifixion has already taken place, and so has the resurrection. Jesus proved with the greatest demonstration what he had already told the religious leaders and many others. The Son of Man gives life to whomever he wants, even to himself. Jesus has the authority over life and death, and Jesus even raises himself from the dead. Truly, no power can pluck his people from his hand, not even death. Now he meets his disciples and shows his divine prerogatives. All authority, Jesus says, in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go, therefore, and make disciples of all nations. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. Here at the end of Matthew's gospel, Jesus makes it clear again that he is no mere man. Jesus proclaims he is not just a prophet or even an angel, because he claims what only God can claim. Look at the two things that he says here. He says that one, he has cosmic authority. Jesus is not simply given authority for a mission only to have it retracted when he completes a task. Jesus' authority is bound up with him. Think back to Jesus' own words in the prayer in John 17. Jesus says again here, he has total authority over every kingdom on earth and in heaven. This is the authority reserved for God alone, and Jesus claims it is his. Second, divine omnipresence. Jesus also promises to be present with his disciples in every generation, in every village, in every city, in every place imaginable. Jesus' presence with his people includes the darkest, starless skies on the stormiest of seas, in the hottest wilderness, or the most beast-infested jungle. For all of history, moving forward, Jesus is present with his people. No human can do that. And yet that is exactly what Jesus claims. Jesus' words here also point the disciples to the words of Moses and Joshua in the Torah and the history of the Hebrew Bible. God promises his personal presence will accompany Moses in the life and mission to which God has called him. And when Moses dies, Joshua is chosen to lead the children of Israel into the promised land. God again tells Joshua that no one will be able to stand against him. And this is because, as we've already seen in the Torah, Yahweh has cosmic authority, and God will never leave or forsake Moses all his life, Joshua all his life. And these are the same phrases, the same idea that Jesus is now telling his disciples. Just like God told Moses and Joshua, so Jesus is again telling his disciples that he will never leave them, he will never forsake them, and he is always present. You see, any human can say, I will be thinking of you. But no human can say, I will be with you always until the end of history. Only God can promise and fulfill such a promise. And that is exactly what Jesus promises. And that is exactly what Jesus has been fulfilling for thousands of years. Jesus claims the abilities of God alone. And that, for anyone who follows Jesus, is a sure hope in any dark situation. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, if Jesus holds all authority, then no earthly power and no demonic power can overrule his power. Every nation is within his authority, and every nation ought to worship him. Jesus is not just the God of the Jews. Jesus is the one true God, and that makes him the God of everyone. This also means that your obedience is not optional. Your obedience to Jesus is allegiance to the one true King, the creator of everything. And this can be scary if you reject Jesus, because that means rejecting God and rejecting the King of glory. But this is the most comforting and empowering news if you love and follow Jesus. If you belong to Jesus, then he is with you. And that means no place is too distant from his reach. It means no moment is outside his attention. And it means that his presence is eternal. Jesus' words in Matthew's gospel are a declaration of who Jesus is. The one who sends his disciples out is the one who reigns. The one who reigns is the one who is with you if you follow him. So the question to you is, will you follow him into all the world, confident that his authority is complete and his presence is unbreakable?